shit, we gonna rock out. We gonna rock out. Rich Porter, what's good, bro? Shout out my boy Rich Porter for coming through this jump. Shout out Rich Porter. Alex Alberto G. My bro, what's good, bro? You been alright, Alex Alberto? You been alright, my G? Glad to see you. Glad to see you. What's good, bro? I'm here though. Shit, today I wanted to rap about I'm gonna start with Keith. I'm gonna start with what Keith said about Earl, because I thought that was fucking hilarious. So, Keith Thurman was doing the interview, right? Keith Thurman was doing this interview. Keith Thurman was doing this interview today, I think. Either was today or it was yesterday. But anyway, Keith Thurman was interviewed. And Earl Spence came up, right? And Keith Thurman, boxing sucks, but I'm good. These guys, King Kong gave me a 3-round fight today. Thanks, bro. Yeah, Godzilla versus King Kong was good. I enjoyed it. I had watched it last night with my homegirl. I watched it last night with my homegirl. The boxing is in a little ugly spot right now. It's in a little ugly spot right now. Can't deny that. Like, ain't too much going on. We about to get our first our first big fight of the year though. So I'm happy about that. We about to get Frampton versus Manny-Bud. About to get our first big fight of the year. So I think that's something to look forward to, you know. Then we got Boots. Boots fight on the 10th. You know. Boots is an exciting fighter. I think that's gonna be a good one. He fights Sergey Lipinets. Sergey Lipinets is a good fighter himself, former champion. It's about to crank up. I feel like it's about to get better. It's about to crank up. I feel like it's about to crank up right when it shoot, Alex Alberto. I feel like it's about to crank up right when it should. Everything gonna start rolling. After Jamel Frampton, you will have the boost judge. Hey, Frampton ain't a big fight to me. The winner fight, Shakur, is a big fight. Yeah, the winner of this fight is Shakur. The winner of this fight is Shakur is an even bigger fight. But I think this fight is big in itself, given the build up and how long these guys been going back and forth and the COVID situation and all that shit. I think it's gonna be a highly entertaining fight. You don't think so? You don't think it's gonna be you don't think it's gonna be an entertaining fight? I I'd agree though. You know, the Shakur fight would be a big fight. I want Shakur to fight. I want Shakur to fight Valdez though. Just to be real with you, I mean, I want him to fight the winner of this fight too. But I want to see Shakur versus Valdez and the winner of this fight each other. But it look like it's kind of looking like Valdez going to go a different direction. Cause I seen the tweet he made, and he had opponents up there, and Shakur wasn't in the opponents list. Shakur was nowhere to be found in his opponent list. So I guess we should be looking forward to Shakur fighting the winner of a Harry Frampton. Because Valdez and kind of, killed their dream for me. And I think Shakur versus Valdez is a huge fight. And I think the winner of that fight should fight the winner of this fight. But either way, I need all them guys to fight. And Herring was saying that he was going to retire earlier this year. But he came out in the interview today and he said he going to keep going. So Herring not going to retire. So if Herring get this victory over Carl Frampton, we very well could see Shakur versus Herring. But yeah, the 130 got to start. What's up, B-Dip? Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that. Glad you can stop through this, But yeah, let me get into this. What the hell Keith was talking about, man? Keith was doing the interview, and they asked Keith about Earl Spence. He said Sean Porter. He said Sean Porter is a good win for Earl. Of course, he said Sean Porter is a good win for Earl because he beat Sean Porter. He said Danny and Mikey fights were boring though. You know what I'm saying? And while Earl and Sean Porter was going on, you got Keith Thurman picking Sean Porter to win every round while the fight going on. I thought that was fucking hilarious. I personally thought that was fucking hilarious. That he was picking against him the whole fight, and now he comes out and says that the fight was boring. And then after not only did he say that Earl Spence Jr. fight was boring, he said that he had the audacity to say that Earl Spence was ducking him. He had the audacity to say that Earl Spence was ducking him. Keith Thurman said Earl Spence was ducking him. And I'm over here in my mind, I'm like, bro, Keith Thurman, you were the first guy that Earl Spence ever called out. You were the first champion that Earl Spence ever called out in that division. So how do you get off? B. Deal said that Slick let us know. Ah, yeah, you talking about Keith Thurman? Yep. They eliminated Keith Thurman. Yep, when he said that shit, yep, they eliminated Keith Thurman for that bullfight. B. Deal, you're absolutely right. I said the same thing. I said, so it's not Thurman. And shit, I thought it was gonna be Manny and Pat. I thought it was gonna be Manny or Keith. So shit, my two fighters already gone. Or maybe I wanted it to be Manny and Keith. I'd take a Sean Porter fight. I most definitely take a Sean Porter fight. Sean Porter would be the better fight, out of all the fights, I think. Sean Porter will be the better fight, I think. But I'm not go throw Keith. I'm not gonna disregard Keith because Keith only lost did come to Manny Pacquiao. Keith's only lost did come to Manny Pacquiao, and then ain't shit to snooze at. But I think Sean Porter be the biggest test for Bud right now, followed by Keith. And I don't even think Manny Pacquiao is a test for him. But if you want to beat up Manny and get that money, go ahead and be my guest, Bud. But now let me segue from Keith unto this, since I just brought up Bud. And since I was talking about Manny, the Bud and Manny, see, I knew better. See, I fucking knew better. I knew better anyway. But I still let these folks trick me. I still let these folks play me like a fool. How long has Bud and Manny, been going back and forth with these negotiations? How long has Bud and Manny been supposed to fight and all that shit? So, of course, I'm never trusting. Facts, Alex Alberto, G. Facts, G. Nigga can't believe shit Mike Carpenter say no more. I'm never trusting Carpenter again if this Crawford Pack fight doesn't happen. Manny Pacquiao Promotions then already came out and said that this shit was nonsense. Mike Carpenter, see, the reason that I even listen to Mike, the reason I follow Mike, the reason I listen to Mike, because Mike is very consistent. If my shit messing up. See, Mike is very consistent. Alex Alberto, roast this journalism, Mike Carpenter, please. Roast this journalist, Mike Carpenter. Yeah, see, Mike consistent. So Mike get us with his consistency. Mike always on top of stuff. We feel like, Mike always on top of stuff. But Mike didn't lie. Mike didn't lie to me more than my girlfriend. Mike didn't lie to me more than my girlfriend. Mike didn't lie to me more than the IRS. Mike didn't lie to me more than the police. Mike didn't lie to me more than all my goddamn high school teachers and college professors have ever lied to me. It's like, and we shouldn't even believe this shit though. Like, we knew better. How long Manny and Bud been in talks, been negotiating all that shit, been back and forth. So we just thought that this time they were serious. You know why we wanted to believe that they were serious? I'm gonna tell you the reason why we wanted to believe that they were serious so bad. Because of all this Bud and Earl shit going on, all this Bud and Earl shit, how that fight might happen, that fight might not happen. We wanted to believe in this Manny Pacquiao fight so bad this time because of all this Earl Spence and bullshit that's going on. We just, boxing is in such a weird spot right now. We just hoping and praying for any big fights to come through. I know the fuck I am. It's like big fights. It's like big fights are running from the fans right now. It's like the fans want my shit messing up. Okay. It's like the fans want and are begging for big fights, right? The fans want these big fights. The fans begging for these big fights. It's like the fighters hear us asking for fights and they go do the complete opposite on purpose of what the fuck that we asking for. It's like they just, I give credit to Best Fight the Best. He was calling the news bullshit from the beginning. Yeah, really Alex Alberto G. Fact. Shout out to BF Best Fight the Best TV. BF TV. We all really knew this shit was bullshit. We wanted to believe this shit because we wanted a big fight. Bub and Bob had came out on Fred Barbershop Conversation. He got the whole fucking boxing world hype. I sat up and waited for that interview that whole day. That Fred Barbershop Conversation interview that day, I sat and waited for the interview just to hear this announcement that Bob had. And when Bob said that he's announcing a Bud Crawford big pay-per-view fight, I was like a kid at the motherfucking candy store. It didn't get no better for me. It didn't get no better for me. You know what I mean? Because I see Earl about to fight Ugas, right? That's 3 belts. And then he was saying that Bud is about to get a big pay-per-view fight. So they instantly get everybody to thinking, Manny, Porter, Keith. You know what I'm saying? So we know. So in my mind, we're about to get 2 big fights. We're about to get Ugas versus Earl, and we're about to get Bud versus Manny, Porter, or Keith on pay-per-view. So I'm hyped. So once word come out, so me originally, I'm thinking that off the bat, I'm thinking, okay, Sean Porter, because Sean Porter's who we've been hearing. Then you got Mike Cobb come out and say, oh no, it's Manny Pacquiao. Now, originally I didn't believe this shit, but after a day or two, I fell for the hype. So I started to really believe it was Manny Pacquiao. You had the whole boxing world. You even had boxing people saying that, oh, if Buzz beat Pacquiao, he deserved the 50-50 split. What's good, L Dub? You even had people saying if Bud beat Pacquiao, he deserved a 50-50 split with Earl. Shit, they even convinced me that if he beat Pacquiao, he deserved a 50-50 split. I personally feel like Earl was going to give him the 50-50 split anyway after he get 3 belts, because it ain't going to be nothing left for either of them to do but fight each other. So I feel like that Earl was going to give it to him anyway. But shit, they even had me on board with him getting, the 50-50 split if he beat Manny Pacquiao. But shit, now we're not even having the Manny Pacquiao fight. Again, we've been bamboozled. We've been bamboozled and played with this Manny Pacquiao shit once again. It's 2021, and we still being played by Manny Pacquiao and Bud fight. It's easier to put together my 2 favorite porn stars in the scene than put 2 fighters I want to see fight each other. Right, man. It's like, bro, it's like fighters these days trying their best not to give us the big fights. Yeah. It's like we clamor. It's like we clamor and ask for this particular fight. Then they go give us this particular fight. I'm starting to think they just using the fights that we want to see. I'm starting to think they using the fights that we want to see to promote the fights that they want to do. You know what I mean? Like they know we want, like Manny know we want him versus Bud or him versus Earl, or you know what I'm saying, some shit like that. So he gonna throw out there, I'm gonna fight Bud, I'm gonna fight Earl, but he really gonna end up go fight a goddamn Ryan Garcia or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like that people are just using bigger names to promote their smaller name fights at this point. I feel like they playing with the minds and they playing with the emotions of the fans. You literally had not Earl Spence, you literally had Bud Crawford tell us he know the fights that we want. He heard the clamor for this fight. He heard the clamor for that fight. He heard the church for this fight. He heard the church for that fight. But people don't necessarily get what they want. The phrase that he used was, "People in hell want water, but they don't. But they not gonna get it." Basically, so why are you, Bud, as a boxer, as a welterweight in the same division with Earl Spence? Why are you comparing you fighting another welterweight champion in your division to people wanting ice water in hell? Ice water in hell, it shouldn't be as hard as ice water in hell for you to fight a champion in your division. Why is you fighting a champion in your division ice water in hell? That shit should be a piece of cake, babe. Shaking the table, G. That shit should be a piece of cake. You know what I mean? That man literally came out his mouth and said, when they asked him about the Earl Spence fight, he said, "Yeah, I heard the people want this." Now this was a tweet. He tweeted this. We could go find this shit right now. He tweeted this. He said, "I know people want this fight, people want that fight, but people in hell want ice water." How am I supposed to take that as a boxing fan, as a guy who wants Bud versus Earl, as a guy who wants to see one of the biggest fights in boxing, which will be Earl versus Bud, how am I supposed to take that, man? How am I supposed to take that? Because ain't no way in hell, ain't ain't no way in hell that these two guys could stay at welterweight and continue to not fight each other. Who else? Who else would they possibly? Who else would they possibly fight? Okay, after Earl fight Ugas, right? And after Bud, whoever Bud go fight next, we don't. I don't know who Bud go fight next. At this point, I really don't even care, man. Bud really don't got to fight. Bud really don't got to fight nobody. Bud, I don't care who you fight, Bud. I don't care if you never fight another hard fight in your life. But can you please fight Earl Spence Jr. at some point in time in 2021? Because y'all, I feel like the stars are aligning for you two guys. The stars are aligning for you two guys to fight. Bud said his contract was up in October. Okay, the rumor was that Bob was blocking the fight. Bud contract finna be up. Earl said that once he clean out his side, he gonna fight Bud. Earl about to get out of belts. No reason that this fight shouldn't be happening. This fight should be next. I'm actually getting tired. I'm getting tired of talking about this fight happening, and it hasn't happened. You know, I'm almost burnt. That actually was a point in time where I actually had given up on this fight. But then, you know, I didn't trick myself. I didn't trick myself back into being hyped for it. For a long time, I thought this fight wasn't gonna happen because of the 50-50 thing. And then Earl came out and said, when I get the third belt, we gonna see who holding up the fight. So they gave me hope that shit, Earl might go on and give him 50-50. Then Terrence Crawford came out and said that 50-50 might not be enough. So they goddamn hurt my feelings again. But now I'm thinking about like this. This is what's keeping me optimistic now about this fight. After whoever did these two fight next, the rumor or the word is that Earl fighting Ugas. So after Bud fight whoever he fight next, we either two things could happen. EJ and Bud gotta fight each other, or one of them gotta lead a division. But you know what? But you know what else I can see? Like some bullshit trying to happen. Like you know what else I can see? Some bullshit that could happen. Let's say that the Earl fights Ugas in June. But what if Bud don't fight until August? And then when Earl trying to run around for his next fight after his fight with Ugas, Bud, the times of the fights might not match up. So the only thing I can see with this fight not happening is if the times of they fights after this don't match up. But I think even if that's happening, we'll be able to pinpoint which fighter is really with the bullshit and which fighter really wants to fight by their actions after their next fight. Whatever these fighters do after their next fight is going to really tell us which fighter has been bullshitting when it comes to this fight and which fighter has really wanted this fight. What'd you say, Alberto? 2029, Terrence Crawford versus Earl Spence exhibition in Miami type crowd, like Cotto and Marquez. Man, that'll be some bullshit. Now, them boys got to throw down. Them boys got to throw down. Them boys got to throw down. And I'm gonna be pissed if they don't. I'm gonna be highly pissed if they don't. Because when Buff before Bull even got in the division, he was calling out guys at 147. Spence already told us he cleaned out his side, then he go fight Bud. So if this fight don't happen, I'm blaming both of them. But I really feel like after this next fight, after both of their next fight, this Bud fight that's coming up and this EJ fight that's coming up, we go know who really want to fight and who don't. We go know who for real and who playing. We go know. Because it ain't nowhere left for them to go. It ain't nowhere left for them to go. There's no more games that can be played. There's no more games that can be played. There's no more hoops that can be jumped through. All roads have came down. All roads have came down to where we at right now. Bud versus Spence. Shit, you got Keith Porter. I said Keith Porter. Shit, you got Keith Thurman trying to get himself back in the mix, goddamn it. Talking shit to Earl, trying to snake the Oogies fight from Earl. He said Bud, he said something about Bud too. Thurman said Bud not even a real welterweight. He said Bud not a real welterweight. And he said that shit about Bud when Bud first got in the division too. He said Manny-Pac, Keith Thurman was talking shit about a lot of people today. Keith Thurman is back. Because Keith Thurman is back talking shit. Keith Thurman said that Manny Pacquiao is taking the easier route by fighting Bud, because Bud is not naturally, it's not a natural 147 pounder. He said the harder fight for him would be the harder fight for Manny would be himself or Earl. But Keith, are you forgetting that Manny already beat you? Manny beat you 2 years ago, Keith, when you was 2 years younger than you are today. So what makes you think? Today you're gonna be able to beat Manny, and he just kicked your ass 2 years ago? I tell you why. It's because when you was the champ and people were calling for you, and you had the Manny Pacquiao fight in front of you, Keith Thurman, you were acting like a prima donna. That's why Errol Spence won't fight you. You were the first person that Errol Spence called out. You the first champion that Errol Spence called out. You kept telling Errol Spence he needed to prove something. He needed to get a belt. He ain't done enough. He need to do this. He need to do that. You danced around that man for years. And now that he's the one in your position, 2 years later, you want him to come and fight you, which I'm sure that he would have done if you had given him that opportunity. Let me make sure my sound comes through. He would have done if you had given him. Yeah, which I'm sure that he would have done if you had given him that opportunity back in the day. People want to come in. Earl won't fight Keith. Earl ducking Keith, but they know, but they didn't have that same energy when it was Earl like Keith. When Earl was calling himself man outlet, Earl won boogeyman. Y'all was saying Earl need to earn his greatness and earn that. The only reason Earl spent Sean Porter too, since we on the conversation, the subject, Porter wasn't gonna fight Earl. Sean Porter wasn't planning to fight Earl back then. I don't think Sean Porter was planning to fight Earl recently. I think Porter did that because he close fight with Ugas. And he was like, I need to go and cash in on a fight before I lose it. I think the fight with Ugas is what opened Sean Porter's eyes up. But if Sean Porter had never lost that belt to Kell Brook back then, let's just say Sean Porter beats Kell Brook. If Sean Porter beats Kell Brook back then, Earl Spence is probably still walking around here waiting on Keith Thurman to fight him, waiting on Sean Porter to fight him, You know what I'm saying? Earl probably still wouldn't have neither one of these belts that he got. In a sense, he won both these belts off Sean Porter because Kell Brook beat Sean Porter, then he beat Brook, and then he came back, and then he got the WBC belt off of Sean Porter last year in an amazing fight. So Earl really, the public will want you to believe that Earl Spence is the one who had the easy route. That Earl Spence is the one who got everything laid out for him. Earl Spence called the shots now because Earl Spence made it that way. Earl Spence set it up to where he's the one that's calling the shots right now. This shit wasn't given to Earl Spence. Earl Spence had to earn it. Earl Spence was being, I ain't even gonna say duck, but guys just wasn't trying to give Earl Spence their opportunity in the beginning when he was coming up, when he was a young up-and-coming hungry dog. Like I just said, man, Earl Spence got lucky. Earl Spence got lucky when Kell Brook upset Sean Porter. And then Brook went, after Brook beat Porter, Brook went up to fight Triple G to try to get that belt. Who's to know if he would have even fought Earl Spence if he didn't take that L to Brook? Earl Spence maybe, I don't know if Earl Spence was his mandatory or what, but I think Earl Spence just asked for that fight, and Kell Brook gave him the fight because Kell Brook ain't ducking no smoke from nobody. Kell Brook just fought Terrence Bud Crawford at the advanced age that he is now. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna do that because Bud ain't no spring chicken himself. You know what I'm saying? Bud is in the back end of his career too. You know what I mean? I think Bud like what, 33 years old? I'll be 34 this year. So you know, Bud's on the back end of his career too. But that Kell Brook, that Earl Spence beat, that was prime Kell Brook. That Kell Brook only had one loss, and their loss was outside of the division that he was champion in at the time of that loss. Kell Brook was champion at 147. He lost to Triple G at 160. He jumped up two weight divisions to try to fight. Triple G, and that was after a Sean Porter fight. And after the Triple G fight, he went right into an Earl Spence fight, which is probably what damaged Kell Brook's career because he went from Sean Porter to Triple G to Earl Spence, and that's a tough matchup for anybody. Alex Alberto G said, so who is Manny really going to fight at this point? I just want him to retire. Oh, yeah, I'm kind of in that same boat too, Alex Alberto. I don't know who Manny gonna fight. Mikey Garcia, I'm guessing. I'm guessing it's Mikey Garcia. I'm guessing it'll be Mikey Garcia. That's what I'm hearing now. But you know, shit, we was just hearing Bud. You know, then we heard Ryan. But I'm guessing the safe bet would be Mikey Garcia. I'm guessing it's Mikey. You know, they're on the same, you know, they with the same promotional company. Mikey Garcia, you know, is, you know, a smaller guy. They kind of got the same dimensions. I think Mikey Garcia will be right up Manny Pacquiao's alley. I think it'll be an easier fight than Bud or Earl or even Keith again. An easier fight than Sean Porter. If I'm Manny Pacquiao, man, I'm just going to fight Mikey Garcia. I just wanted Manny to get off the belts. The fact that Manny get out the belts, I don't feel like he's holding up the 147 division anymore. So, man, he could do whatever the hell he want to do, in my opinion, Alex Alberto G. He can do whatever the hell he want to do. I just needed him to get off the belt, and he got up off the belts, and that's all I could ask for. So I'm happy about that. But he got up off the belts, and it's still like we styling with this with this undisputed thing. I got one of my wishes was for him to get the title taken from him or be forced to fight Earl or Bud, and they took the belt. But now we still at a standstill. The next move is going to be Ugas. Ugas' next move is going to decide welterweight for us, which I think is going to be Earl Spence. Yo, yeah, my bad. But yeah, I think the next move for welterweight gonna be Spence Ugas, and then after that we'll get more clarity. I really, at this point, I didn't throw Manny Pacquiao away because nothing Manny Pacquiao does affects 147. Manny Pacquiao is in his home run stage, is what I call it. He in his home run stage, his last run, his home his home run. You know what I'm saying? Like not his home run stage, but his home run. Like he's really about to quit. I mean, he really about to retire. He about to go home. He in his last little sprint towards the finish line. Manny trying to collect, Manny trying to get him some easy money. Manny ain't trying to take no more beatings or nothing like that. I think he tried to price himself out with Bud, to be real. Because at first he said 20 million. And then Bob started talking like he had the 20 million. And then he said 40 million. And then Bob said he had an investor that invest $50 million in that fight. And now he's not fighting at all. But I say this, if Bob really got somebody that's gonna pay Manny $40 million, I think Manny gonna come on back around and make this fight happen. For $40 million. I don't think that man finna leave no 40 million on the table. So if Bob Arum really does have investors and got 40 million for Manny, Bud might actually be fighting Manny next. You know what I mean? Hey, Skinny, who do you think will win a real fight between Marquez and Cotto? I pick Marquez by decision. You mean like in their primes? You like prime Marquez and prime Cotto? You mean like their primes? Not the old man shit that they getting ready to do? Uh, uh, that's a good one. That's a good one. I don't know, man. I'll probably lean Marquez too. I'll probably lean Marquez too. Marquez too. Yeah, just to be real. Uh, I like Cotto though. I personally like Cotto. I like Cotto, but I probably have to take Marquez. Yeah, I probably go Marquez by decision. Yeah, by UD. I like that. I like I like the Marquez by decision. But yeah. I just think what's going on in boxing right now is some bullshit, man. Uh, with all the fights that could be made that ain't being made. For being me, what's good? What's good? What's good? Damn, I forgot what the fuck I was talking about. I stay losing my train of fucking thought. Damn, what the fuck was I talking about? But yeah, I think I was saying, I just went blank. They got their phone call through me. That phone call threw me way the fuck off. But yeah, I just feel like it's just too many fights that ain't being made, bro. I feel like Bud, and Earl playing with a nigga emotions. I don't feel like them folks. I don't feel like they putting up. I don't feel like them folks putting up a good enough effort to make this. God damn. Hey y'all, I forget the I'm finna roll. I forget the fuck about that. I appreciate y'all folks coming through though. I appreciate everybody for coming through. Alex Alberto G said we need to hear from Manny himself. Somebody needs to get that Latina from Pheno Boxing, Michelle Joy Phelps, or Snow Queen to use their assets to get the interview with me. Hey man, I'm finna this nigga retarded. Man. Hey man, I forget the fuck up out of here, man. Skinny Hardaway, SouthernTea. This at the past, this at the future, this the present, and that's how we're rocking. And I'm out. I appreciate y'all for coming through this joint. I'm gonna come on tomorrow. About the same time, 8:30, 9 o'clock. I'm gonna stay a little longer tomorrow. It's a lot of shit been going on with me, y'all. No cap. A lot of shit been going on with me. I'm gonna try to get y'all videos again every day. If I don't do a live stream every day, I'll make sure I try to get y'all some videos. I'm gonna try to do my live stream every day. I got a lot of shit going on though. Just be real, like a lot of real life shit going on. But I'm gonna make sure I keep myself flowing with this shit, and that I don't take too many days off, in the future. But yeah, that's all I got, man. I appreciate everybody that came through.